Lord. Okay. Yeah. Some dubious consent for sure.
Man,
And
it gets even more ridiculous.
And again, like I've read stuff with dubious consent and like non-con in it, and that's fine. It's like, but that's really not what this was.
No. Oh no, it was anything but.
But then that's what's weird is then, like, okay. I'm thinking way too much about this.
Yes, you are, which is hilarious to me.
I'm really thinking way too much about this, and that's the thing. I'm just like, and I guess maybe. Okay, I think it's my turn.
Yep.
Next chapter.
Chapter 4.
We're only 2 chapters into this. Kill me. 3, I guess, technically, because we skipped chapter 1. Okay.
Well, because I had already read chapter
1. Oh, you've already read chapter 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, Lord. Okay. Fletch's point of view. I then heard someone coming over.
Fletch! What's wrong with this? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I know, and that's the other problem, because sometimes it's like the same person talking after all this. Yes. Okay.
Fletch!
Go ahead.
What's wrong with Tyne?
Zach asked, coming over up behind her.
She's gone. She vaguely remembered me, and now she's fucking gone.
If I get her to a hospital, she should be fine. Wait, so is she gone? Or is she gonna be okay?
Well, I guess you'll have to keep reading to find out, eh? Zach helped me up, and we went out to his car and headed off to the hospital.
We pulled up at the hospital, and Callie took her into a room.
Brianna, get the IVs up and the life support set up.
Yes, Callie.
Callie took her off to a room and lay her on the bed.
Brianna? Who's Brianna?
She is.
I mean, am I about to find out?
She's one of the I want to say she's like a hospital nurse, doctor. The problem is that Callie deals with rescue services. She's technically an EMT. She's technically not supposed to do all this shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're taking her to a hospital. You take her to the emergency room, and then the doctors or nurses or whoever. Okay. Again, a simple Google search. A very simple Google search. Okay. Brianna came back in, and Callie started hooking up the whole thing.
Honestly, I have no idea who she does it so fast, but she did, and I was hooked up to it in a matter of minutes.
Okay.
Do you know who done it? I'm glad to see that you think that this is funny, Officer Incompetent.
Yes. Right? Like, okay.
We're thinking too much about this.
I know we are. I know. I'm trying not to. I really am. We waited outside the room, and then Callie came out.
Zach and I looked at her, and she nodded.
She's all hooked up.
You really think she'll pull through?
I'm hoping so. I didn't promise him, but I will do everything to make sure she survives this, or Fletch is going to break down big time.
He hated seeing me upset, and he really hated it that there was nothing he could do to make it better.
I sat by Tyne's side and held her hand.
Religion in my fan fiction? God, please don't take her away from me. I need her too much.
Okay. Callie's POV. Fletch stayed at the hospital for an hour or so. So as did Zach and I.
But then after a while, he headed home with us.
I had the police guard her room all night so that nothing could happen to her.
We then headed back home, and Fletch stayed at Zach's house for the night.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I need to pause for a second. So, did Alakai do something else besides the sex? And I missed it? Did he?
He stabbed her.
Oh, he stabbed her. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry. That's really bad, because that's like the last paragraph, and I'm like, wait, why is she in the hospital? Okay, where were we?
Zach went to start organizing dinner.
Okay, Zach went to start organizing dinner while Fletch and I talked in the lounge.
We talked about his work for a while before we got to talking about Tyne and how we would possibly help her remember more.
After a bit, Zach came out of the kitchen.
Dinner's done, you two.
He came out and put down our plates, and then got his.
What is it?
It's roast beef and veggies. Nothing special.
Well, it looks great.
And tastes horrible?
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Try it and find out.
Zach then looked at Fletch.
You want me to pray?
Again, religion in my fanfiction?
Well, but there's nothing to... Like, is it you want me to pray? Because there's no inflection anywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, self. Let it go.
Stop thinking.
I
Yes,
know.
that's how you reserve brain cells.
Conceal, don't feel.
We are two perfectly grown adults reading terrible ass fan fiction
While referencing Frozen.
while referencing Disney movies.
And I have
another
no
Disney-
business referencing Frozen at that period.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to pray?
We closed our eyes and Zach sighed.
Lord, Lord, we ask that you bless this meal we have tonight. We ask that you keep time safe. And we don't understand why this happened, but you do. Please guide us each day and keep us safe with you. In Jesus' name.
And the Lord said, "You are a hoe." And Fletch sighed and tried to bit of his dinner.
Nope, it's terrible.
Then why do you keep eating it?
I have a confession to make.
Oh?
I have no sense of taste. Clearly, neither do we.
No, we don't. And I'm the fucker that chooses this one. Then why do you like Tyne so much?
Ah!
That was a burn.
You know what? That line just made all this worth it. Do you think she had that one line written for like the whole story? It was like, I've got this one line written. She, whoever wrote the story. I think it's a girl.
Yeah, it is.
It's a girl, okay. It's like, I have this one line, and I need to work it into a story somewhere. You know what?
Bravo. Bravo. Oh my god.
But the other problem is that also implies that Tyne, the main character, is kind of a piece of trash.
Oh, you have no idea.
I mean, clearly she's a piece of trash.
What did I tell you at the beginning of this bullshit? It is literally capture the flag. Who do you think the flag is?
I'm guessing it's Tyne.
And Bingo was his name-o.
I'm crying, sorry. Okay.
I'm glad that this entertains you.
I told you that one line right there just
Pretty much sums up the entirety of this series. We're done now. The Let's Read's over. We're going home.
Yeah.
But Fletcher is also obviously a piece of trash too.
In this fanfic series made me ultra protective of those characters because I'm like, no, you've written them to be horrible human beings. And then I'm trying not to say too much, but Callie in both the roleplay and stuff that her and I did and this story series gets fucked over, and when we get to the second story, you'll find out how horrible she got fucked over. We continued to eat, and then I washed up from dinner while the boys went and watched the news.
Oh, sorry. Crap. I finished washing up and then went out to the lounge, sitting on a chair, watching the news. Okay.
We then watched a movie until 9 p.m. when Fletch decided it was probably time he went to bed.
I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, Fletch, sleep well.
Night, Fletch. Try not to worry. Try not to worry about what? About what? Okay.
He went off to the room that Zach had set up for a muse.
Zach and I watched more TV until about 9:30. Okay. When I thought I should probably head home.
I better go. Looks like Fletch should be fine.
Zach turned off the TV. Turned the TV off, getting up and coming over.
You better stay the night in case Fletch does something wrong.
I looked up at him and he smiled.
Besides, we have unfinished business.
Oh no, not this again.
So, tell me what you said, he said calmly.
Oh, there was a piece of dialogue in there that we missed.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, but you know why? Because there was an in quotation, but not an open quotation.
Yes, this again.
Yes, this again. So now, tell me what you said.
I told you what I said.
No, you didn't. You're not locking it. I sighed on. Wait.
You're not telling me the whole truth.
Oh, sorry. I went back a sentence. You're not telling me the whole truth. I know because Fletch does this all the time.
I told you exactly what I said, and that's it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Zach raised an eyebrow at me and pushed me over, kissing me harshly.
No, it's not.
I kissed him back, wrapping my arms around his neck.
His tongue ran across mine as he deepened the kiss.
I ran my hands through his hair and he started kissing down my neck. Wait, did she turn her around, I guess?
Maybe.
I guess so. Clearly.
I groaned and he smirked.
You gonna tell me?
I told you.
Suit yourself.
He said and went back to kissing me.
I sighed as he ran his tongue up my neck and then kissing it again. Okay.
He smirked and started biting it.
Zach!
Tell me exactly what you said and I'll stop.
And what if I don't want you to stop?
Tell me exactly what you said. If you want me to keep going, then tell me that, otherwise I'll stop.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay, what did you say when we went to see Tyne about me?
Okay, I said, why did I have a job for you to do?
What's wrong with doing a job for me?
I knew you'd ask that.
What's wrong with it?
You are what's wrong. You are what's wrong.
What's wrong with me?
You're too fucking hot.
Zach smirked, moving in closer.
Am I really?
I groaned and he stopped.
Am I stopping or not?
Okay, I'll keep going.
I ran my hand through his hair and moved his hands up, and he moved his hands up my shirt.
His hand slowly moved up my shirt, and then he pulled off me.
I looked at him, and he moved me further up on the bed. When did they get on the bed?
Were they just fucking on the floor the entire time?
Wait, when did they get on a bed? Here's the thing, people. If you're gonna write smut, good for you. We need specifics.
Man, give us the details.
Like, the little details. Even in vague smut, like, they were in the living room. They were at his door, and now they're in a bed somewhere? Whose bed? Where? What's going on? Okay.
You're questioning poorly written porn.
I know. I can't. Okay, I looked at him and he moved me further up the bed and pulled me on top of him.
I smiled and he pulled me back down, kissing me.
How far is this going exactly?
I don't know, and I don't really care.
He pulled my shirt off. I'm sure her shirt was already off. Okay. He pulled my shirt off, smiling to himself.
You realize what this leads to, right?
Zach shrugged and pulled off his shirt. Again, I thought his shirt was off already anyway.
He's taking off his shirt.
Okay. Zach pulled off his shirt and I looked at him.
He was perfect. Better than how I thought he'd look.
He pulled me back down, kissing me, sliding his hands through my hair.
You know, reading porn with your friends is not exactly how I wanted to spend this afternoon, but alright. Here we are.
Again, you chose this.
Yes.
You knew what was going to happen. I did not. I have the benefit of the doubt. So
After a few minutes, he rolled over and undid my jeans, pulling them off and tossing them aside before taking his pants off.
I waited for him to finish the job, which he did.
He moved
taking his pants off?
Is he a little slow? Does he need help? See, the asshole falls off the bed as he tries to take the pants off?
Yeah.
He moved his hand over my underwear and pulled them off before taking his boxers off.
Now, you're sure about this?
He kissed me harshly and looked at me.
Tell me if you want to stop, okay? Oh, yay, consent is sexy. Consent is sexy.
Yay. It's not just whatever the fuck we just read a chapter ago.
Is dubious at best. At best.
I will. Now just do it.
His haft.
He's half a joke.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be his shaft. But his haft brushed my entrance before he pushed in.
He started rocking into me, and I groaned.
Zach leant over, kissing and biting my neck.
You okay?
She smiled. Why did we just switch to third person? She smiled and started to rock. He smiled? Maybe that's supposed to be a he. Yeah. He smiled and started to rock harder, hitting hitting my sweet spot.
I loved every bit of this, and I never wanted it to end.
He got into a rhythm and started going faster, and I was getting close to my climax.
Close. Don't ask questions! Oh, I'm getting lightheaded.
Okay.
We are two functional adults.
Waiting porn on a Tuesday afternoon. As one does.
What else are you supposed to do during quarantine? I can't take a drink because if I laugh, I'm gonna get it all over my keyboard and then I'm gonna be pissed later.
Okay. Lord. I was getting close to my climax.
Close.
Good.
We went another few minutes before we both climaxed. And he shot his load into me.
Oh my god.
Can you do that again?
Please.
As you wish.
Wow, he's got a real short turnaround. We did it 4 more times. All right, go Zach, I guess.
He's a glide.
No refractory period.
He's a Clydesdale.
I guess so.
How big is his dick?
Right? I mean, well, I guess that wouldn't be the issue. Again, it's okay. Anyway.
Anyway.
So they did it 4 more times, and then they were too exhausted after that to do it again.
Zach laid down next to me, pulling me over to him.
I love you.
I love you too. I never thought I'd have to say that to my friend. Look, I can't kiss the homies goodnight. What else am I supposed to do?
I love this next. I accidentally just read the next sentence, and I love it, by the way, because it's such. It's exactly what the next sentence should be.
Alrighty, read.
Let me take a sip of my 23 flavors soda.
Not sponsored beverage.
My hashtag not sponsored. 23 flavors in my 44-ounce cup from a certain hedgehog place. Okay. The next week went fine.
Tyne was getting better slowly, but she still couldn't remember.
You just got
who
laid
were
like
exactly.
5 times in a minute, and you complaining? Okay, sorry. I don't know where we are.
She had a big idea.
Okay, she had a vague idea who we were, but we weren't sure if that was because she'd seen us a lot recently or because her memory was coming back. Is this going to be like a major plot point throughout this story, or is this going to be resolved soon?
It's
a major plot point. Okay, it's a
You'll
major
find out. You'll find out. We visited as often as we could, but most of the time we had work.
Fletch was over the accident now and was back to his usual self. Nice. Fletch wasn't in the accident. Why would he be over it? Okay.
We couldn't see how things could get much worse, but they did sooner than we thought.
It's not like it's raining. Could be worse. Could be raining. We were at Zach's house discussing what we should do to protect Tyne more.
Tyne was up at the hospital reading at the time.
It was 7 p.m. and all quiet in the wards.
Tyne was guarded by the police when they slowly vanished.
Tyne looked up to see one officer pulled away.
Then another. And then another.
Tyne started to freak out, and then someone hit her behind the head, knocking her out cold.
They smiled happily with what they had done and took off into the night with Tyne.
How does Callie know this?
I don't know.
Okay.
You were expecting too much, my friend.
I know. I'm not trying to. I honestly
lower your
aren't.
Expectations.
I keep trying. I've lowered them, but like, again, this is where a whole point of view issue comes into play. It's like, just don't have a point of view character. Just be a third person, omniscient narrator, and then I don't have to ask the questions like, how the fuck does Callie know? Because she's not there, obviously. We were all busy talking to each other about time. At the same time, she vanished.
That's when Fletch's phone rang and the real nightmare began.
Hello?
Fletcher Kowalski.
Mike Wazowski.
I'm always watching, Kowalski. Always watching. I looked down at that sentence and immediately knew what joke I was gonna pull. That's my favorite next to. That's my favorite next to Jenny.
God.
I am losing my mind.
Well, yeah, it's quarantine. It's a quarantine.
Oh, we've been quarantined. Fletcher Kowalski, this is Brianna from Chugging to the Hospital. I'm ringing you up about Tyne Escamilla.
Okay, what's wrong with her?
She's gone, Kowalski. Somehow someone managed to kidnap all the officers. We found out when we walked in and saw someone disappear in the night with Tyne Kowalski.
She's still speaking if you want to take that next piece of dialogue.
Kowalski, are you there?
Lord almighty.
What time is it? Oh, hey, 4:20, time to leave.
Oh, okay. Brianna, it's Cal. What's up?
Tyne's been kidnapped. It's all Kowalski's fault.
I'll be right up.
Let's go up to the hospital.
What's wrong?
Tyne's been kidnapped.
Zach looked shocked and then ran out, followed by Fletch.
We then headed up to the hospital to get details. I'm always watching, Kowalski. Always watching.
You forgot to file your paperwork. Two grown adults just living their best life. Okay. Times POV. I woke up with a sore head.
I suddenly remembered someone kidnapping me.
I looked around the room and it was dark and there was a solid metal door.
I was on a bed and there was a chain binding me to the floor.
I was scared by all of this and tried to break out of it.
Then Mike Wazowski walked in with a black hooded cape and a red imprint of a wolf on the back. Walked in and untied me, pushing me out.
Lord almighty. Okay. Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Okay. How about you take a drink of your unsponsored water? Your fruit flavored labelless, unsponsored water, and compose yourself. You good? And scene.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just that voice was just too perfect.
Okay. I thought I recognized the cake from something, but I wasn't sure what from.
I was pushed into a bigger room where there was a chair at the end with a guy wearing a black hooded cape similar to the other one with more decor on it.
Okay. It had a wolf on it on the back, but more elaborate, and red vines printed around it.
Do you have her?
Yes, Lord Cockra.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, Talukala? Taffney.
If you're talking to me, that's not my name.
Yes, it is. Your adopted parents called you Time. You are my daughter, and you will do as I command you.
What the fuck?
Because plot.
Because plot, obviously. Because plot. See, at least in mine, when we needed to move the plot line, we called ourselves Outlaw. Because plot. Okay. Because plot. Are we supposed to know she's adopted? Like, if you know the show, is she adopted?
Okay, so this is an entirely different AU. I just want to make that clear.
Oh.
That's the reason why I get edgy when I'm like, no, none of this shit happened in the show.
Okay.
This is all an alternate universe where all the characters are human for some fucked up reason. Don't ask me.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so... Sorry.
It's alright.
Because maybe... I guess I misunderstood. So, none of these people in the show are actually, like, human characters.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Alright. They're inanimate objects?
They are, talking trains.
Okay, they are talking trains.
Okay. Now that we've established that.
Okay, so they've just they've just made all the anthropomorphized trains, and they've just made them human.
Yes.
Okay, wait. That just opens a bunch more questions for me. Like, why are people shipping trains?
Because fandom.
Because Rule 34? Rule 43? What is it?
Rule 34.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Hi. That is all you, dear heart.
Okay. You are my daughter, and you will do as I command you.
I hadn't seen my father in years, and he seemed to know me.
You're going to be the girl I want you to be.
How did you know about me?
Alakai found you, and with the crash, you no longer knew who your friends were. With some training, you will work for us.
And what work do you do?
You, my darling, were destined for greatness. Ugh.
I will kill everyone who interferes with my plans, and if you do not work for me, then you will be thrown to the wolves.
Lock her up until she agrees to work for me.
I have to deal with KOWALSKI.
No! Don't kill him!
Get her away in her room.
Don't harm him!
Would you rather be given to the wolves?
I didn't think so.
He said, pulling his hood over his head and disappeared into the darkness.
Okay.
yeah. I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though yo, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I